Heredity versus environment. Now, what are some of my own personal elements? Let me take you through step by step. Starting off with hereditary elements, the main one is height, mainly because in elementary school, I used to be the tallest person in the class, which made me insecure. I felt like I stuck out too much, but after realizing it was part of my identity, I started using it as something to benefit my identity. I helped others reach higher and inaccessible areas, eventually shaping me into the person I am now, always putting others' needs before the needs of myself. The next element would be hair type. Growing up, having curly hair always made me feel insecure because I was surrounded by people with the typical ideal blonde pin straight hair. With time, I learned that I had a unique element that's a gift from God, and I realized that I should embrace it to show my uniqueness to everyone around me. Now, granted, I do straighten my hair every once in a while for fun. However, it's the core belief inside of me that having curly hair isn't something I should be ashamed about, rather embrace and showcase to everyone around me. Next up would be my predisposition to anemia. Growing up, I've always been warned about my eating habits, and that eventually I could develop anemia since it has been running in my family history for a long time. Now, instead of using it as a fear factor, I used it to change my lifestyle. I changed all my eating habits and started incorporating iron-rich foods like red meats. Today, living a healthy lifestyle and eating healthy is part of my identity, and is for the sole purpose of sustaining my long-term health. This one might be a bit weird, but it's just my shoe size. As a result of my height and genetics, I have developed large feet. I was able to embrace my inability to get pretty shoes by sporting comfortable running shoes. In the long run, it taught me humbleness. It taught me that the interior of a person is much more superior to their exterior. And you guessed it, next up is the environmental aspects, which is the nature part. The first element is having siblings, simply because they teach you generosity. When there is someone in your life aside from parents that you equally love and hate, they teach you that they love you as much as you love them. And in return, you learn generosity. You shower them and cherish them with love and kindness. Next element is immigration, because it introduced me to a whole new culture. Being exposed to new traditions and culture taught me how much I love my own culture and traditions. It also sparked a never-ending desire to learn more and further my education no matter the circumstance. To expand on my last point, this has limited me from seeing my extended family. As a result, my inability to interact with them often revealed the importance of family and being surrounded by them constantly. This has enabled me to cherish my intermediate family unconditionally. Lastly is my religious background. Being raised in a Christian household has greatly impacted my identity. Everything resulting from Christianity is the glue that holds everything a part of my identity together. It has ultimately given my life purpose and meaning, encouraging me to seek out the good in every situation that God puts me in. Even the situations that seem completely negative, even though I might not understand their benefits momentarily, I will eventually understand their impacts in the future and thank God for them. It's time to get serious. So, what is ultimately more influential in shaping one's identity? Hereditary or environment? I believe the importance of environmental factors surpasses the hereditary factors. All humans will continue developing socially, physically, and intellectually throughout their lives. Now, each one of these new changes will manipulate one's identity into becoming a stronger citizen in today's society. Nonetheless, hereditary factors do shape one's identity greatly. However, environmental factors duplicate daily, becoming more prominent in everyone's lives, and liability to react to certain emotions more than they would with others. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode on hereditary versus environment. Make sure to keep up with our channel to view our next episode.